Welcome back to Between the Pylons. Thank you so much for watching, and today starts the first episode of a new film review series that I wanted to start on this channel. And in this episode, we are going to focus on the 27th pick in the 2020 draft, Jordyn Brooks out of Texas Tech. And what I want to do is really focus on him versus the run, because I think that's a big reason of why the Seattle Seahawks targeted him in the first round. So we're going to look at a lot of film from college, and I'm also going to integrate in some of the Seattle Seahawks film as well from this past year. And we're just going to kind of look at what we can expect from Jordyn Brooks on the Seattle Seahawks in that uniform, and just kind of evaluate why he was picked in the first round, because some would have said that it was a surprising pick. After going through the film and really studying it, I do get it. I really do. So let's start here with the first two clips, and the first two things that really jump out to you about Jordyn Brooks. And the first thing is athleticism. Just watch this clip here. This is Jordyn Brooks right in the middle. Check out just the speed and the get off from the snap of the ball to his contact with the offensive line. I understand that this blitz doesn't really get through, and he doesn't have a huge impact on the play, but just his explosiveness is so clear from beginning to end from watching his film. I mean, you see that, and you see elite explosiveness, and that's the first thing that really jumps out to you, and I had to show that. Second thing that I think is so important, especially for that Mike linebacker position, which obviously wouldn't be playing right away. He's probably going to come in and play beside Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright. But the one thing that you see from those guys in the pros and from Jordyn Brooks here is the communication. Now you'll see, I'm going to bring it back a little bit here. You'll see Jalen Hurts check out of the pass play and check to a run play, and the cat and mouse game here with the linebackers immediately recognizing that and having the communication skills to get their defensive linemen in order and get their play in order. Now, no, there wasn't a great play. He kind of gets locked up by the tackle. There's not really a whole lot he can do about this. So I don't really have an issue with the play. Really, just the first two things I wanted to show with these two clips is the communication skills. You kind of see right here, he's clearly the quarterback of this defense, and it shows throughout watching film on Jordyn Brooks here. And what I want to do is show you now the communication from really, really good NFL caliber linebackers that are now his teammates. This is KJ Wright here, right in the middle of the field, Bobby Wagner to the right, and you see just the communication. And I'm going to go back, give you a chance to really see what I'm talking about here. I know you don't see it on the screen, but this is 1st and 10. You know, the Vikings are known for being a running team, so they're kind of prepared, but you see the communication skills here, and it's a similar run play. I'm just going to play this out, and you see how they play that. And I'm actually going to come back to this clip a little bit later, but I do just want to show just the communication skills. Here's a little side-by-side shot here for you guys. Just kind of see. I see Jordyn Brooks on this team. I really do. And I'm going to come back to this clip a little bit later, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. So the next thing I want to show you guys is how good Jordyn Brooks is in the trash, right? So just sifting through the trash, that's what I like to call it, and getting past blockers and getting to the ball carrier. So you're going to see number 77 right here, the left tackle for Oklahoma, come up and try and block Jordyn Brooks right here, and you're going to see the ability to just kind of get behind him and attack the ball carrier and really plug up his gap, right? So he plugs up this hole right here, makes the ball carrier make a different decision, and you know, it's a 5-yard gain, but Jordyn Brooks did his job. He did everything he could on that play, and he was a part of the tackle, so that's just a plus there. And then here again is another opportunity to see just his ability in the trash. This is against Baylor. Jordyn Brooks is right here where my cursor is, and you're going to see him bob and weave through potential blockers and really get to the ball carrier. And if he doesn't get to the ball carrier, he affects the ball carrier's journey, right? So he is a part of that play. You know, especially playing against the run, it's a team effort. He is a part of this play here. Gets through one blocker, gets past another one, and is in the frame when he goes down. So you gotta love that. And here, this is what the same play that I showed you earlier, but this is a different view. You're gonna see KJ Wright right here, Bobby Wagner, and this is actually a strong safety playing in the box safety right now. This is actually where I expect Jordyn Brooks to play, right? I expect him to play right alongside these other two linebackers, and I understand this is a safety playing this position, but obviously Jordyn Brooks will be a linebacker. He's never going to be a a free safety, but the strong safety here kind of takes that role of the end of the box safety. And you're going to see, just watch how the Seattle Seahawks scheme just bottles up the run, right? And it's pretty basic football here. The linebackers have their responsibilities, their gap. You're going to see KJ Wright here play his gaps. So he's responsible for this gap right here and this gap right here on either side of the center, and forces Dalvin Cook to cut to the right. There's a little bit of a hole, but the safety here, I believe his name is Brad McDougal. I apologize if I'm saying his name wrong. I believe that's Brad McDougal there, number 30, the strong safety for the Seattle Seahawks. He's able to get kind of a shoestring tackle and really does his job. And granted, he's a little bit out of position. Like, you'd like to see him already in that hole, but I understand they're playing the Vikings. You know, the Vikings are very well known for running that naked bootleg, so he has to at least be aware of the fact that this could have been a play action pass, and Kirk Cousins could have still been holding that ball. So I understand why he's kind of cheated over here, right here, just prepared for that to make Kirk Cousins' life a little bit harder. Obviously, by now he knows Dalvin Cook has the ball, and he's able to get enough of him to bring him down. So that's the kind of thing that I expect to see from Jordyn Brooks, and that's the kind of thing that I think he's going to be really good at the next level. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, this is really just focusing on him against the run, which is really what I wanted to focus on today. And you're going to see this is where we start to get a little bit negative. I kind of already showed you. We're going to play this through. Sorry about that, guys. This is where we start to get a little bit negative. Now, Jordyn Brooks, incredibly explosive. You're going to see the explosiveness right here as well. Over pursues here. And you know, maybe he's filling in his gap, and there's responsibility missed on the other side. I don't imagine that's the case. I imagine he's kind of supposed to play both gaps here and bottle up this run, but he kind of over pursues and plays the ball very bad and allows the running back here to get a first down. That's a poor play on him, but I will say that is very fixable. That's a coaching critique that you're going to see from him. And I think that's something that's incredibly fixable. And I want to bring that back to the Seahawks here. You're going to see this is going to be a pitch play to the right, and you're going to see KJ Wright here playing that middle linebacker position. You're going to see Bobby Wagner over here. You're going to watch them play the ball and play contain. They don't get too far out of their own way. They don't over pursue the run here and try and make some crazy play. Obviously, you kind of see the gaps there. If this is Madden and I'm playing the middle linebacker, I'm probably already through that gap trying to get the ball. No, the Seahawks are smarter than me. They're going to play this the right way, and you'll see KJ Wright here kind of playing both sides, staying right outside the hole. There's no decision that Dalvin Cook can make that's the right decision, right? If he decides to go upfield down the right side, KJ Wright is athletic enough to be on that side. If he decides to cut inside, he's still in that hole. So you kind of see the just bottle up effect of the run. I'm going to show that one more time. That's the kind of thing that's just going to get coached into Jordyn Brooks, and that's the kind of thing that I expect to see him. He has the athletic ability to do all of these things, right? So I'm not worried about his ability to do it. I just think it's a coaching point that's going to get coached into him fairly quickly, I would assume. And then here we're going to kind of go back to two things. These last two clips I'm going to show you, it's pursuit angle and just the trigger. I'd like his trigger to be just a little bit faster. So you'll see right here, I went back a little bit too far here. Jordyn Brooks is right here, number 1 right here. You'll see right now I would like him to shoot upfield and contain the run here. Instead, he kind of takes an extra step. I don't understand what happened. This right here, this is just a bad pursuit angle. And really what I attest that to, you know, he's been the most physically gifted guy on the field his entire career, and now, you know, and he's always been kind of able to get away with things like this, I would assume. So, you know, that again, that's coaching technique. That's things that's gonna get coached out of you pretty quickly. And this is the last clip I have for you guys. This is Jordyn Brooks. He is spying Jalen Hurts right here, and you can see on the screen it's 3rd and 17. All he has to do is make sure that Jalen Hurts doesn't have forever to throw the ball, first of all, and second of all, he's not able to get away and run for a first down, right? So right about here is where I would have liked to have seen Jordyn Brooks shoot upfield and make this throw a little bit harder on Jalen Hurts, right? And this is just a trigger thing. This is where I kind of get into are the instincts just a little too slow, and that could be a serious issue, and that's my biggest question for Jordyn Brooks. I mean, is the instincts just a little bit sloppy right now? Now, granted, again, I think that's something that can absolutely get coached into you, and you know, this is just as simple as the coach says, hey, don't give him this long to throw the ball, right? By the time he is I'm going to show you this play again. By the time he is attacking the ball, you know, it's kind of too late. He kind of waits until the windup happens for the throw, and this throw ends up being completed, I believe, and that play could have been possibly avoided if he just would have given him a little bit more pressure. And again, that's kind of a nitpicky thing that I'm pointing out here, but I did want to show you guys that. So all in all, we look at the pros and cons. Obviously, athletic ability is a huge pro. This guy is 6 foot, 240 pounds, and is incredibly explosive. You know, I don't have a 40 time for you guys. He didn't test at the combine, but he shows on film the ability to run anywhere between the 4.4, 4.5 range, and I believe he probably would have jumped out of the roof and all of these things. So good against the run. I do think he's going to have the ability to contain. I think he's really good in traffic. I think that's his biggest pro. So good in traffic, so good at weaving through the trash a little bit, and I think that's one of the more important things for linebackers. When I study linebackers before the draft, that's one of the big things that I look for, and that he passes. And I think that's one of those things. It's just instincts. I mean, that's just the ability to bob and weave through big men, and he has that. And as far as cons, yes, pursuit angle is an issue, and I question his instincts a little. That can be a little nitpicky at times. I question the instincts. It's not a huge issue for me. It's definitely something that I've looked at throughout watching the film and said, okay, there are a couple examples of things that could be an issue. And as far as fit in that Seattle Seahawks scheme, I think it fits really well. The Seattle Seahawks run cover 3 press bail more often than not, and what that means for the linebackers specifically is they're searching for fast and athletic linebackers with good awareness and good gap integrity, and I think all those things are things that Jordyn Brooks excels at. I really do. So I'm excited for his fit on this team. If you look at some of the things that he can do, I think he can fit in right next to Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright right off the bat. Now these are guys that are a lot older. Bobby Wagner is 29 and KJ Wright is 30. So the tail end of their careers has started. So this could be some youth being infused into that middle of that Seahawks defense. So I'm really excited to see what can happen for Jordyn Brooks. I'm really excited to see what the Seahawks make of this pick. I think it was a pretty good pick, and while I probably had issues with the value as far as the actual player, I do like the fit, and I do like what the future can hold for both the player and the team. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any other players you would like me to do a film review on, let me know in the comments below, and please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more football content coming out weekly.